At some point, you could say, well, the readers are dumb, but, that's a cop-out. You didn't communicate the message properly. And when I say you, I mean Amazon. I don't mean Snyder. I don't mean the artists you work with.
It ends by
I mean,
Crisis
Amazon Comixology never sold people on the value of the platform and what it could do for
Perch.
I also think, in general, I think comics...
I love watching Perch. You should watch Perch, too. The Crisis long box. It's a mishmash of everything. And it's not just the Crisis stories. So, yeah. But this needs a board immediately. I decided. $3.99. December of 2009, cover date. Planetary number 27. We waited forever for this one to complete this series. I was just going through my long boxes, getting ready for the show, thinking about what I'm going to do for today's content. And I came across this one. I'm like, zounds. You need a new issue. You need to get... Let's grade you real quick. You got a ding in the corner. You got a bit of a... Just a couple of spine creases up top. That's what we get for not boarding it. It doesn't have cover roll. This is a fold-out cover. So that's not... That exposure there isn't roll from the cover. That's... We have a fold-out. Hello. Coffee. There we go. Real quick. LMNOP. I decided just to start rolling because I was literally going through this box. I was moving it over, all 50 bloody pounds of it. And, oh, good. Oh. Oh, okay. It's only worth $4. I don't know what the whole emergency was about. What the hullabaloo was that about? Pika, I mean, what was up with that cold open? I know, huh? He's so weird. Welcome back to the Comics Coffee Table, where we take a couple of minutes in our busy days to hang out together at our coffee table. Grab a cuppa, take a break, leave the real world behind for a couple of minutes. Let's embrace escapism and why we love these things in the first place. We talk about comic books daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Set your clocks to it. Turn on those notifications. Hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, give us a chance. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. You will eventually learn how to tell time. Hey, it must be 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. It's time for the show. And if I can catch you in the live chat upon the premiere, it's really fun to hang out and talk about comic books with other comic book fans. And in the comments, too. This conversation has been going on since last year. We started this show January 1st last year. It's gotten bigger, better, stronger, faster, more intelligent, more eloquent, more elegant. And, I mean, last year... Let's look it up. Let's see. January 26th last year, we did an 8-minute and 32-second long show. It got 8 views. Literally 7 views plus me. And Pika and Drinka, who's the union camera and boom operator. All right? He's on break. Don't leave him alone. But thank you so very much for tuning in today. Yeah, that cold open. I was literally in my robe. I was waking up. I was figuring out what to do with all of these comic book boxes I got in the studio here from our Boston studios. Our production team is really trying to figure out and juggle the physical media and not tripping over it and cracking one's head open. It's, so I have like at least 2 long boxes up here and only 3 short boxes. I'm not very good at math. You've probably figured that out by now. Ugh. But this is my Crisis long box. It's a collection of trade paperbacks, the Crisis stories themselves, and also assorted single issues that like crossover tie-in issues. Hello, this is Superboy Prime coming to get you. He's coming to get Superboy Connell. That was a big fight. So yeah, I got all the tie-ins for Teen Titans during the Infinite Crisis. This is interesting. We need to talk about this issue someday. This is great too. This is like the Infinite Crisis return of Jason Todd and explaining how he returned. This might be worth something. We're gonna look that up right now. But yeah, I got all of these things. I got the entire 52 run of the weeks, but also I got, got some Action Comics in here, which was Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. I got some Batman R.I.P. in here. I got most of Batman R.I.P. in here. What's that? Holy shit! Is Mexican Iron Man in the house? Paulie from Latino Slant? Any of my is Lily out there? 300 Mirrors? T-shirt historian? Mira, mis amigos. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, ay, ay, cuidado los ojos. It's a Tijuana Bible. Yes. Holy shit. I'm pausing this for a second. We're going to come for hold on. Okay. Before we get excited again, let's get some coffee. We're at the coffee table. We started this out last year with a coffee table book, a hardcover coffee table book. Right over there, you see Superman. That's the golden age of DC Comics 365 days. A hardcover coffee table book that one of my best friends gave me about 2 decades ago, and it's been surfing my coffee table ever since. Hence, which came from the coffee table. We did that entire book last year. We've been kind of covering it sporadically during the month of January as well, because we have newer viewers. And but also, I'll put the playlist in at the end if you want to check out last year's videos. We covered we did a page a day. We're able to talk about comic books once a day, every day. And that was the big thing. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. We did, and we're continuing to do so, and we're just going to keep going with this. So if you love comic books as much as we do, you're in the right place at the right time. Welcome. Come up to the coffee table. Well, what is a Tijuana Bible? Oh, this is really good coffee. While I'm at it, this is not a paid advertisement. This is one of my closest friends in the world. I love you, Del, and Paul Delmonico and his family, a family-operated business. He's got a roasters in Waltham, Massachusetts. You can find the button. There's a button in the homepage. You'll see this familiar logo, and just click on it. Like I said, this is not a paid advertisement. Keep grinding. He's got a great logo. He's just my friend. I buy his coffee. He started his mom and pop business. He was this was his hobby. This is his YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And he parlayed his hobby into a business, and it's just really good. Globally sourced, fair trade organic beans from all the corners of the world where coffee is grown. I've learned so much about coffee, and I appreciate everything, and it's just great stuff. Once you go fresh roasted beans, you never go back. Look, that's when this was roasted. Yeah. like a couple of weeks ago. They were green beans, then freshly roasted, medium. Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm drinking. If you ever wondered what I'm putting under my nose here at the coffee table, but yeah, a Tijuana Bible. This is funny because we've been talking about comic books. 365, under 400 days in a row, something like that. I'm terrible with math. Don't let's not go there. But we have yet to bring up the Tijuana Bible. All right. Over a decade ago, I was dating a nice lady. She was from South Texas, Mexican American, fourth generation gal from the Brownsville, Texas area, which is right near the border. And we went out for 4 years. And this is Fluffy. This is El Alacran, the scorpion, and it's in a Mexican deck of cards. And so we visited Mexico once, and that's where I got this tattoo. And I also picked up a couple of these and a couple of scorpion belt buckles too. And then some of that thing called Vita Salina, which is like this like over the counter antibiotic cream that you can't get up in the States. It's just like cured everything, zits, minor cuts, so but I digress. This is a Tijuana Bible. This is about TNA, and I don't know how much of pornographic this is, but it's very risque. It's very male gazy. It's very 20th century. It's there's some of your pornography up there, right? But it's all in Spanish too, so it's a Spanish comic book. It's about, so this one's a western, La Frontera Violenta, the violent frontier. If you couldn't figure that out. But what is a Tijuana Bible? I'm going to read this. You guessed it, from the wiki. That's right, Tijuana Bible, also known as 8-pagers, Tilly and Mac books, Jigs and Maggie books, JoJo books, Bluesies, Blue Bibles, Graybacks, and 2x4s were palm-sized. Look at you see the dimensions. Were palm-sized pornographic comic books produced in the United States from the 1920s to the early 1960s. Here's a corner of the golden age of comic books we did not touch, and a bit of the Silver Age too. Their popularity peaked during the Great Depression era. Most Tijuana Bibles were obscene parodies of newspaper comic strips at the time. The big leagues were the newspaper strips, not comic books. Comic books were second tier. They were a low grade. That's where, but comic books eventually found their market and carved out a place and created the new American mythology of the superhero as well. Okay, but most Tijuana Bibles were obscene parodies of popular newspaper comic strips at the time, such as Blondie, Barney Google, Moon Mullins, Popeye, Tilly the Toiler, the Katzenjammer Kids, Dick Tracy, Little Dwarf and Annie, and Bringing Up Father. Others made use of characters based upon popular movies and sports stars of the day, such as Mae West, Clark Gable, and Joe Louis. Sometimes with only names subtly changed, and sometimes with the names only subtly changed, maybe like Flintstones versions Before World War II, all the stories were humorous, cartoon versions of well-known dirty jokes that had been making the rounds for decades. The typical Bible was an 8-panel comic strip in a wallet-sized 2.5 inch by 4 inches. That would be 64 millimeters by 102 millimeters for our British or European continental viewers. And now, back to the show. In a format with black print on cheap white paper running 8 pages in length. And, the term Tijuana Bible was first noted in Southern California in the late 1940s and refers to the incorrect belief that they were manufactured and smuggled across the border from Tijuana, Mexico. According to one possibly apocryphal tale, visitors spending the night at the cheapest hotels in Tijuana would... what's on my mind? Visitors spending the night at the cheapest hotels in Tijuana would find a Tijuana Bible in the nightstand instead of a Gideon's Bible. Hence the name. Yeah, and so yeah, Tijuana Bible. That's a blast from the past. I got this in Mexico. Yeah, I had a. Look, see, yeah, I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning on this. Is this gonna set off any YouTube filters? I hope not. Well, let's look at the indicia on this. I mean, this is like a mass-produced. There is no indicia. Oh, there is. Okay, this has indicia colophon. There you go. Boom, right there. So this is not just like, this isn't some kind of just like hand. This is like, this is a bound, printed. This is a publication. Yeah, this is a magazine. This is, wow. Ain't that cool? Ain't you know, in Mexico. No, it's in English. Awesome. All right, this was a find. This is, you know, I'm going to put you in a bag. I'm giving you a bag and a board. Yeah, I am. And I just want to let you know that any looking up and grading of comic books that we do on this show, we're looking up the quality of the grade of the comic book itself and its value. We do this for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional grader. If you have any questions about the real value of your comic books, go to your local comic book shop and perhaps get an estimate or find out where to go to, or maybe we'll find that out together. That's good. If you're interested in that, maybe put that in the comments. But yeah, here we go. Why not? You deserve a bag and a board. This was like a trip from the past. But like as we started out with, I was shocked to see this comic book. I was like, oh, I forgot I had Planetary 27. That's a really interesting superhero comic book, and written by Warren Ellis, art by John Cassaday. It was a 27-issue long commentary on superheroes. It was a Wildstorm. It was simultaneously in universe and then part of the DC universe by retcon, and it's just a wonderful superhero story. And if you're a superhero fan, if you have never heard of Planetary by Ellis and Cassaday on Wildstorm, please take that as a suggestion. But as you know, that we use these two books to check out our comic books with. The Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, 52nd edition, most current edition. The Guide to Grading Comics, Overstreet's Guide. I mean, and that's why I said we do this show for entertainment purposes only, to have fun and talk about comic books. I am not a professional grader, and I just wanted to let you know that. But you can find the links to these two publications in the description. You'll find their links to their Amazon pages if you want to get copies to play along at home. And also, I like to just say too that the one of the missions of this show is to get you to buy supplies at your local comic book shops. All right, and you saw the condition that long box was in. This is what I wanted to get to as well. Just a couple more things. I remember now, like, see the stains on the top of this box here? I had some homebrew that we made over a decade ago, and they were in glass bottles. We had a summer swelter, and they exploded, and there was beer. I'm so lucky we didn't get any glass shards. I might see one. That's probably just the glossiness of the beer. I'm wondering. No, I don't see any glass shards here. But I had to throw away a bunch of shit because they had glass shards stuck with, sticky dried beer that I found months after the fact. And very happy to, hey, Longbox did its job, protected my comic books. You're being retired, and you're going to enjoy a new life when you get recycled. Karma. And also, yeah, so we got some boards. We got some bags. We got some short. Moving the short boxes because it's lighter. You saw me struggle when I lifted my Crisis long box. We're going to sort that. We're going to pull out the individual issues and put them back into their, volume, issue number, and title, and keep, the event comics and their direct tie-ins, just the one-shots or the limited runs that part of the banner, those will stay with it. But the tie-in issues are going. I'm gonna file back in order and then check out runs and see how much value a run will have too. As I said, I've got pretty much the entire Grant Morrison run of Batman, including Batman Incorporated, Final Crisis, and the returns, and Batman Incorporated too, and Batman and Robin. So most of Batman and Robin, and yeah. But I cracked that book open, that box open, and here's the one that I wanted that leapt out at me. I need a bag. I need a board. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope that you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Oh, this one's got discoloring. I can see that, that's not part of the... Oh, that's okay. We haven't even checked this one out yet. Holy shit. Oh, Shane Davis? Yeah, it is you, Shane Davis. I love Shane Davis. I'm a big fan of Shane Davis. Oh, if I ever see you, Shane Davis, I'm going to have you sign this. But yeah, I got some discoloring. Like, I don't think that's like smudgy stuff. That's not... That could have been a printer error. Or it could have been just, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that's Shane Davis art. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is Batman Annual number 25. Shane Davis is one of my favorite comic book artists. Yeah, the Superman, the Superboy punches, Superboy Prime punches. That explained all of the hiccups in DC continuity at Infinite Crisis. It's going to take a whole episode to describe that one. Yeah, Jason Todd rising from the dead, It was interesting because the same guy, Judd Winnick, who also wrote the Batman issues, art by Dustin Nguyen, the return of Jason Todd. It was called Under the Hood, and which we all know now is Under the Red Hood, and it's a really good DC animated movie, one of the best. But it's like the return of Jason Todd. That story was simplified, where it came down to Judd Winnick got to adapt his own story for the animated one. It was simple. Yeah, Joker kills Jason Todd, Robin. But how does he get resurrected? Ra's al Ghul steals his body and puts him in a Lazarus pit. That's it. Isn't that nice and simple, clean? Because Ra's al Ghul had something to do with Joker being, there and blowing up the warehouse. So Ra's al Ghul felt not Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul felt obligated to Batman, to the detective, because he felt it was his fault that Robin got killed. We're gonna check out the value of this comic book. That's a pretty good. I would say, okay, that might be a 7.0. Okay, look this up and wrap this up too. I mean, don't want to get too long-winded here. Damn. Batman Annual 25. $12! Okay. So opposed to something such as Planetary 27, which we waited, it felt like maybe we did wait a few years for that. It was awesome. $12. This is worth $12. This was $4.99 when it came out. 2006. Indeed. And for that was, but the $16 if it was a 9.2. So maybe I can get $10 for that. That would be awesome. Here's something else too that I because like I said, I found this one too. Batman 700, because we have an anniversary issue coming up very soon. We're coming up to Batman number 900. any month now. We're going to get into that tomorrow. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. This has been the Comics Coffee Table. Thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We talk about comic books. And if you love comics as much as we do, you are in the right place at the right time. Tell a friend. Bring a friend. We have plenty of room here. Pull up a chair. Tell us what you're drinking. And join the conversation in the live chat at 3 p.m. or in the comments section. Just keep it going. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. That's right. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make good content here. We talk about cooking. I'm a professional chef. We talk about spirituality and gratitude. I'm an ordained minister. And we talk about comic books. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Cheers. Bye-bye.